Welcome back to Bird Dog Gaming, guys. I'm recording this on January 1st, which means it is officially 2022, so Happy New Year to everyone. But before we jump into the new year, I just kind of wanted to take a look back at my 10 favorite pickups of 2021. Over the last year, I added 500 plus games to the collection, with about 150 of them being GameCube titles. This year, I was really focusing on the GameCube set. I kind of shifted away from the Game Boy Advance games, but you're still going to see more Game Boy Advance in my top 10 here than GameCube, that's for sure. In total, I'm at 354 GameCube games, and I just passed the 1800 mark for my total games in the collection. Craig and I will be doing a collective perspective episode this month on our 2022 collecting goals, so look forward to that. But without further ado, let's get to this top 10 countdown. This will be an unscripted video. I've got 10 games here with me, plus some honorable mentions, so yeah, let's just get into it. So number 10 here is a game that took me probably over a year to find with a save search on eBay and everything. X-Men Reign of Apocalypse. I've been looking for this title for over a year, like I said, and randomly this couple months ago, an eBay seller just happened to list two of them at the same time. Pretty crazy. I don't even understand it, but I was happy to add it. It didn't have the cartridge, but I actually have it already. I beat this game, I think 2020. Not a great game, but super cool for a Marvel fan like me. Pretty solid condition, and it was only like 30 bucks, I think, so pretty sweet pickup. I don't think I've talked about this one on YouTube yet. The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past complete in box. This one is probably pretty low on the list because it wasn't like an insane deal or anything, and I don't know. It's pretty darn complete. I think it might be missing one insert or something, but really good condition. I was happy with it. Very pretty box. But yeah, I definitely would like to start getting more of the important titles complete in box. I've been saying that for the last year, and this is one of those that really checks that box for me. But yeah, Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, cannot go wrong with that. Now this one is tough to find. It took me over a year to find it, just to even see one. This is the 6-pack, the Risk Battleship Clue and Connect 4 Perfection and Trouble 6-pack. This is just a box with 2 cartridges and 2 manuals in it. This box is insanely tough to find, not in great condition. Wasn't cheap, but definitely wasn't expensive for what it is. I was really happy with this. The the seller must have had some kind of idea what it was worth because of what they listed it at, but yeah, very happy with this. Just a stupid little shovelware combo pack that I no longer have to worry about. One of my top 10 favorite games of all time is Super Metroid, and I had to add it to the collection complete in box this year. Before this year, I had it loose, but this game absolutely deserves to be complete in box. This one, I think it was a pretty solid price. I got it on Mercari. Really happy with the condition of this bad boy. But yeah, got it before Metroid Dread came out. I'm sure these are even more expensive now that Metroid Dread is out and people are all hyped up over Metroid, but definitely happy with that one. So this next one's pretty random. I was just at a new game store. It's not new, but it's new to me. It's Replay Games here in Houston. They are an awesome store. I've talked about them before, but I picked up Panic Bomber for the Virtual Boy. I'm a big Bomberman fan, or I like to think I am. I haven't played a lot of them, but the ones I have played I really enjoy. But Panic Bomber is like not Bomberman at all. It's just a freaking puzzle game. But, you know, Bomberman's on the cover. Anyways, pretty awesome game, pretty awesome condition, aside from this awful sticker on the back. But this was, yeah, from Replay Games. It was like 60 bucks, complete in box. I don't have a Virtual Boy, but that should never stop you from collecting games. Let me tell you, I got plenty of games for consoles that I don't own. Anyways, really cool. Highly recommend Replay Games if you're in the Houston area. They always have an awesome variety. But yeah, my first Virtual Boy. Might be my last for a couple years, who knows. Another game that I would say is in my top 10 favorites of all time is Super Castlevania 4, and I happened to add a beautiful first print, not the Majesco release, CIB to the collection. I say beautiful, I mean it's beautiful to me, but it's definitely not in 10 out of 10 shape or anything. It's got a little damage, but I think it's excellent for, you know, 30 plus years old. Anyways, if you haven't played Super Castlevania 4, definitely recommend you pick it up, give it a shot. Really awesome game. Make sure you don't get that Majesco release, otherwise you will regret it. Unless you don't care about that, then that's cool. But yeah, Super Castlevania 4, I played through this in 2020, I think, and this year I just had to own it. Really awesome title. Now, if you watched my video from Labor Day, my Labor Day pickups video, I had some pretty insane things come through. One of them was the Cryon Conquest on NES. Those games came out to like less than, I don't know, $5 a pop when you actually did the math. That was an insane pickup. You gotta have like one of those every year, I think, but this is probably one of the best pickups ever. Well, this and another game I'm going to talk about, but the Cryon Conquest is pretty uncommon. It's like a Mega Man clone, actually. It's not made by Capcom. It's like a total ripoff of Mega Man. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there were some lawsuits back then because of how similar these games are. But yeah, I definitely want to play through this someday. I did try it out a couple weeks ago, and it is a lot of fun. Definitely got that Mega Man difficulty. And that killer soundtrack too. Number 3 on this list, I would definitely pull over here if it wasn't so ridiculously huge, but my Xbox kiosk was an absolutely awesome pickup this year for an insanely cheap price for a kiosk. I mean, it is one of my favorite pieces in my collection now. It takes up a massive corner of the room, but I think it's totally worth it. Still haven't found the perfect CRT for it. I mean, perfect would be the Microsoft freaking CRT that it came with, but I just need one that's a little bit bigger. I've got like a little 13-incher in there, and I need a 20-incher. But yeah, the kiosk is awesome. Like I said in that kiosk video, I've always wanted one. Not Xbox specifically, but I've always wanted to have a kiosk. I think people who have them are super cool, and very happy to have one in the collection now. Now, one of my best pickups in all of collecting from the same Labor Day lot has to be Swordmaster for the sake of the value of this game. It is, I don't know, $300, $400, $500. It's not an easy to find game. I don't know the history of what makes it so expensive, but it is Activision published, and it is a pretty fun game actually, not bad at all. I tried it out for a little while. Yeah, pretty sweet soundtrack, of course. Definitely check it out somehow if you are into ROMs or something. I don't know, I'm not an emulator guy, so I understand if that doesn't sound appealing to you, but Swordmaster is a pretty cool game. Watch some gameplay or something. Now I've got some honorable mentions, like I said. Most of these are Game Boy Advance and Game Boy Color, but I figured I better throw this bad boy on the list because it was gifted to me this year. Cubivore. It was a gift from an old friend, and this game was they knew what it was worth, and they still decided to give it to me to help me towards the GameCube collection. Freaking awesome, love that guy. But yeah, this game, I didn't want to throw it in as a pickup this year just because, I don't know, it was a gift, kind of cheating. Just didn't go with the flow of this video, I guess. But yeah, Cubivore, obviously one of the most expensive and uncommon games on the GameCube, Atlas title, all that great stuff. Now the rest of these, Turok Evolution, thanks to the VGDB for hooking it up with this one, just the box. I already had, no, I didn't have the cartridge, but I have the cartridge now. I've played this game. It is not bad at all. It's a pretty solid run and gun. The condition, not great, but I'm really not a condition guy. I think that these cardboard boxes are just amazing to have in the collection at all, especially when they're this uncommon. Turok Evolution, I had a save search for a long time. They only came up pricey as heck, and I didn't want to buy it for anything crazy. But yeah, the VGDB hooked me up with a good price on Turok Evolution. Don't pass on this one. Let me get through these. Ultimate Beach Soccer, you guys saw my video from, I got this from Vinny, and he is just an incredible human being. Once again, I didn't really go out and find this one on my own. I didn't like buy this on eBay. You know, I paid him what the game store asked for it, so I didn't want to include it as a pickup for this video specifically, but honorable mention for sure. One of the rarest games on the Game Boy Advance. Pokemon Ruby, I scored for like $30 this year. Just another one I wanted to quickly mention. Pokemon at that price, with what's going on right now and how insane Pokemon is worth mentioning for sure. I have Emerald and Ruby now. I'm not sure. I need Sapphire. I need tons of Pokemon games. They're so low on my priority list right now because of how expensive they are. Ghosts and Goblins on Game Boy Color. I actually don't have the cartridge yet, but this one, I absolutely love the freaking artwork on this game. It is so cool. And this one is not cheap ever when it pops up on eBay. Not the rarest game in the world, but it is definitely not cheap. And it's that Capcom classic title, and they also made this for Game Boy, I think. I would have to double check that, but yeah, this is the Game Boy Color release. But yeah, this one wasn't cheap. I got it in a big lot, I think, for Game Boy Color games, and yeah, this was definitely the one that made me bid so high on the auction. This one, I also honorable mention this one because I did not go out and find this one. This was sold to me from someone on Instagram who found it like at a game store or something. But Mia Hamm is not an easy to find Game Boy Color game. You can see that this one is not in great shape. It's sun faded as heck. But anytime you see South Peak Games, you want to kind of look it up because it is not. They don't always have mass-produced games. Like they don't have the biggest print runs on these titles. But Mia Hamm Soccer, Game Boy Color, watch out for that one. And the last honorable mention is Blade, just because I'm a Marvel guy and I actually really enjoy the Blade films. I know they're not excellent by any means, but Wesley Snipes action movie, you cannot go wrong. But yeah, this one I had loose for like a good year and a half looking for this one. They would always pop up pretty expensive on eBay. And Craig actually was working at a game store and he gets a little bit of a discount, so I bought this one with like his little 10 or 20% discount. Still wasn't cheap, but I was happy to add it to the collection. Alright, my absolute favorite game that I picked up this year also happens to be my favorite game and also happens to be the most money I have ever spent on a video game. What I did was I sold off my Funko Pops, I think at the end of 2020 or early this year maybe. And I bought myself my favorite game complete in box, which is Super Mario World. I got this from someone selling it on Facebook, and it is pretty darn nice condition. It is first print USA, not the USA-1. I've heard that the first print Super Mario World is technically the Super Nintendo release because, you know, it was just the cartridge packed in with the console, but you know what I mean. This one I am just unbelievably happy to have in the collection. This one was going to haunt me for a while. I probably would not have forked over the dough, but I did end up selling my Funko Pops and using the money to buy this. So in my mind, it was kind of like a trade. But yeah, not a cheap game to find. Not a cheap game to find complete in box, first print, like all that nonsense. Made sure it wasn't Canadian, made sure it wasn't the Player's Choice. Yeah, really, really happy about this. But what are some of your favorite pickups of the year? Please drop a comment and let me know. Let's discuss. And hey, if you want to talk even more, I have a Discord server. You can click the link in the bio to come and join and hang out with a bunch of people that watch these videos and listen to the Unlockable podcast and all that great stuff. Also, I am going to be doing weekly live streams. If you didn't see my channel update video last week or this week, I don't even know when this video is going live, definitely check out the live streams. I'm going to be streaming every Monday night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So come hang out. I'm either doing Maximum Carnage or Star Fox Adventures for my first stream. And yeah, come hang out, guys. And until next time, thank you so much for watching Bird Dog Gaming.